potheads. No, I know. Get into the makeup look. I had some dots up here, but I took them off because the more I looked at myself, the more I felt like I looked like a clown. But I have these 2 dots here. I have a spiral on my forehead, as you can see. The brows, they look, I was trying to go for blonde, but they look more gold because they literally match with my septum and honestly this cuff too.
This is the look with the lips. I use the same pencil that I use with the dots here. Then it's a mascara. And this is honestly very recent. I just put my hair up like this because I've been in front of this mirror just doing mirror work, and I played with my hair, and here we are.
Today is my birthday, by the way. I'd love to mention that. I like to celebrate birthdays because of how they feel. I've never really had a birthday per se, but I can say that when it comes to celebrating myself, this is an everyday thing. Just today, I like to amp it up because it's my birthday. I like to play into that because it's fun. But I know at the end of the day, age is just a number. And I mean that in terms of who we truly are. We are really our souls. We're not these vessels. So I know I am millions of years old. Not even millions, eons, even more. So I want to start up with talking about this rising. Today is September 30th, 2025, right? I originally planned on waking up around 10 or 11 a.m. because I wanted to start getting ready for a photo shoot that I was going to do today for my birthday. I already had a makeup look planned, my brows planned, my hair, all of that. Like, it was all like a vision that I was like, I'm going to birth this vision, and I love what I did. I really loved how I looked for my birthday. I loved the look. It was so pretty to me. I had an alarm set and everything, and lo and behold, I was woken up like 2 hours earlier. It was around 9 a.m. when I heard a knock at my bathroom door. It was my mom. I went to my phone to check the time, and it was 9:11. 9:11 stands for like 911 to me, meaning urgency, meaning like pay attention, meaning something urgent. It did not register to me at the time that that's what that sign was, but I saw it and I took note of it. I entered the door and it was my mom. She handed me $200, and I was just not expecting that, like, at all, even from her, because my relationship with my parents has been strained and I had to cut them off because of everything. Honestly, I forgive them, but I don't have to have them back in my life, and I'm honestly just not ready for that. So when she handed me this $200, I looked at her right in the face and I was like, why? And she said, it's because it's your birthday. Take it. The older version of me would have been so quick to let my ego get in the way and make me say no. I'd say no because it was money coming from her. But after these past few months of me deconstructing my mind on money, finances, my life, just really getting deeper into myself, I realized that she is God too. We're not separate. And I mean that in a sense of God providing through her for us. And when I mean us, I mean my sister and I, because we were in this together. Instead, I said yes, and I said thank you. And I stood firm on my boundaries. I did not waste no time. I went straight to my sister's room so I can report to her and talk to her about this. And she was so happy because, I mean, I was happy too. This $200 will help us with lots of things. Like, these past few months, I'm not even gonna lie, there was no money in the bank. I've just really started to let go of wanting for money to be in the bank after realizing that money is all around me and I am money. So I don't have to worry about no money being in the physical bank. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to detox. I've been wanting to eat as clean as I can eat. I've been really trying to take care of myself in more conscious and careful ways. And this money helps with that, and I'm just so thankful because the days prior to today, I already felt like something good was gonna happen. Like, for some reason, I was just so optimistic, and I realized that that is something I cultivated within myself. I used to be very pessimistic, but I really had to train that muscle and really teach myself to be optimistic as fuck. And I wasn't attached to a certain way of how things were gonna go for my birthday, but I just let things be. I was just like, you know what, I feel this good energy and I'm gonna sit in this good energy. I'm not going to expect and try to control something to be. You get what I'm saying? I just let it be. I just lived my life. I had to delete some stuff for some storage just now. But I'm back. I was just living and really knowing that I am the awareness behind this all. So it can only really control me, and I want to preface this and say that I know that it's a journey to that. A journey back to that, because that's who you truly are at the end of the day. I feel like it's just you need to realize that. My sister and I talked about it, and we just rejoiced and really were expressing so much gratitude. You know, there were tears because 3 months ago, my sister and I, paired with my mother and my father, tussled physically because my sister and I got in front of our younger siblings because my parents were abusing them, physically abusing them. I've since learned to detach even more and to respond, but not to react. But around this time, I was filled with anger, and I told myself that I'm not gonna hold back. I ended up tussling with my father more than I did with my mom, but I punched that man in the face. Like, he was tugging my little sister's arm, and he was hurting her. He was just hurting her. I feel like, if anything, they were just like motherly instincts. Like, I was like, I don't care. These are my siblings. You are not going to touch them and hurt them just like how you did with me. I don't care how mad you are. I don't care that you don't want to deal with him. He's your child. You're going to talk to him and come at him correctly. If you don't, then you're not coming at me correctly. I do not play about that. Hands were thrown. I'll say that for a fact. Then the paramedics had to be called because my mom was tweaking out. Her blood pressure just shot up, and it was just such an explosive fight. It was so bad. But ever since that had happened, so many words were thrown. Emotions were very high in that moment. And ever since that day, my sister and I both vowed with each other to never go back to them, to sever our relationship with them, and to just completely withdraw. These past months have been so grueling, but I'm still here today. I'm stronger. I'm even more receptive. I'm just more into my gifts and more into myself, and I'm just glad that I made a decision. Even though it was really hard, it had to be done. You know, it really gets to that point where it's like, I can't sit here and fight this anymore. Like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I gotta do to save me and my well-being. I'm gonna do that. 3 months later, after not talking and just hearing lots of things happening between both my parents and them fighting over money and just all that other stuff, she hands me money. And then like an hour later, my sister and I were about to step out and go have a wake and bake. My mother then handed my sister $200 more. So we joined the money together, and I made $400. And it was funny because like literally 2-3 days ago, I saw a reel on Instagram that was talking about experimenting with your reality and manifesting $500 like that. Well, I want to scratch off what I said about manifesting. I want to say birthing into my reality. We birthed $400 into our reality. I just sat with the feeling of feeling good. I just sat with the feeling of knowing that I am abundant. I am abundant. Absolutely nothing outside of me needs to dictate that. Only me. When you know who the fuck you are, I'm telling you, your reality is gonna come through for you, because you are the universe, and this external reality is your you in reverse. It's you. It's all you. It's just all you. And once you know who the fuck you are, and once you flow, and you'll know when you do, your reality will flow and it will bend for you. And I just, like I said, I just was not expecting this at all. Like, I was just really riding off of knowing that I got me, and that's it. I don't need to worry about needing to know how I'm gonna get weed, how I'm gonna get some money, what I'm gonna eat for my birthday or whatever. I was just like, you know what, it's just gonna be what it is. And today was extravagant. I did all the things that I wanted to do today, to even be able to sit down and budget, to even be able to say I was full, to even be able to say that I got to do my makeup, I got to do my hair like this and record this beautiful and talk about this experience. I'm so thankful for this all, because this is all part of the experience. This is the story. And a part of this story that I'm living in now is one I created, because we are the creators of our very stories, of our realities. Keep on trusting yourself and keep on knowing who the fuck you are, for real. Walk in that, know that, because you are that. Listen, I remember months ago really being frustrated and wanting to off myself, really wanting to ask those hard questions like, why can't I generate money? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And I just really had to sit with myself, and it got hard. It got so hard, but man, it's so worth it. It is so worth it. I used to ask myself, why was it taking so long? Why was it taking so long? I wasn't really living in my body. I wasn't really living with my reality. I wasn't really fully accepting it. But until I did, the rest came for me. Really meditate, because that's what I've been really getting into these past few days too. I've really been intentionally sitting down and meditating now, because I was off with it for the past months, but now I'm like really back on it again, and I truly realize that about myself now. This just within a few days of me meditating, I've been really being able to come back to myself and remember who the fuck I am, and just know that when things are moving around and not really in your opinion or your favor, know that it's actually moving around, and it's moving around for you. Trust in that. And it can be scary, but like I said, we gotta work that muscle. And I hope this inspired those that are watching. Peace.